What's going on, my tacticians? This is Imperator Deviate, your fedora-wearing Reshiram, coming to you with yet more Tacticians Monday matches. So why don't we start off this lovely evening of Tacticians Monday matches. There's our car in the background. Perhaps maybe you'll hear it. I don't know, but let's get started. So, this last Sunday was very interesting. We had some fun battles. So we're gonna start this Tactician Monday matches with a multi-battle between me, Ashflame, and TY and Damon. So I'm gonna lead here with Buster, and I'm gonna lead here with Buster, and my partner's gonna lead with Absol, and our opposing side is gonna lead with Cloud the Dragonite and Primal Groudon. Who has never seen a Primal Groudon? Raise your hands if you have never seen a Primal Groudon. You've all seen Primal Groudon? No. Well, I've never seen a Primal Groudon. I've never seen a Primal Shiny Groudon before either. But in any case, this first turn is going to start off with, it's a fairly interesting one. We're going to start off with a little Mega Evolution action. Alright, we're just going to start off with some Mega Evolution. Absol's going to Mega Evolve, going to kick some butt. Buster's going to go for a Tailwind. And we're just going to, sit pretty here with this Tailwind. And Absol's going to go for a Rock Slide. I'm surprised Absol can learn Rock Slide. That's actually impressive. I never realized Absol can learn Rock Slide. But that's going to trigger the weakness policy on the Dragonite, so not exactly the best thing we could have done. But it gets the double flinch, so all in all, that was awesome. But in any case, Cloud the Dragonite's going to go for an extreme speed, knock out my partner's Absol. Rest in peace, the Absol. And I'm going to go for a taunt because I thought maybe he was going to try some Dragon Dance shenanigans. Unfortunately, the Dragon Dance shenanigans don't happen, and my opponent goes for a Precipice Blades. That does not affect Buster because he is flying, and even though he's on the ground, he's not affected. But in any case, Cloud is going to hit Buster now with the extreme speed, but Buster is awesome. He has the Focus Sash, his safety sash, and Lycanroc's going to go for an Accelerock, going to try to take down that Dragonite. Buster's going to go for an Aerial Ace into the Primal Groudon, and that does a fair amount of damage. And Primal Groudon's not having a good day. He's going to go for a Fire Blast, and he's going to hit poor Buster, or not going to hit poor Buster. I believe that was the target. But the Extreme Speed comes out and knocks out poor Buster. And that's the end of my poor Buster. But we get the return Accelerock into the the Dragonite. Cloud goes down, and now Primal Groudon's gonna go for a Solar Beam into our Lycanroc pal. It gets hit with it and promptly goes down. Rest in peace, our team. So that's not very good. So my partner's gonna go for a Furfrou here. So we're down now to our last, I believe 3 Pokemon. I'm down to 2. My partner is down to his last one. Now out comes the Mimikyu. I'm like, okay, you know what, Lenoa, let's go for the YOLO High Jump Kick. And YOLO High Jump Kick into the Primal Groudon. It does a fair amount of damage. But Lenoa's going to take a Play Rough to the face, and that's going to trigger the Focus Sash again on Lenoa. And my partner is going to go for a Z move with their Furfrou. So already the Furfrou is ready to roll. And what do you know? What's it going to be? It's going to be Breakneck Blitz. So Furfrou's now going to go charging off. I swear this is very fun. I'm getting some lag here. Not sure if anyone else is noticing this, but I'm noticing. And flatten Primal Groudon. Critical hit mattered. Oh my goodness, that was so silly. Just seeing giant Primal Groudon suddenly flat as a pancake. That is silly. But now out comes the Kyogre. Alright, place your bets. Is it gonna be? Yep, it's gonna be the Primal Kyogre. Who has never seen a Primal Kyogre before? The shiny Primal Kyogre. Raise your hands if you've seen a Primal Shiny Kyogre. Anyone? Anyone at all? Nobody? Oh well, rest in peace. In any case, Lenoa is not looking too good. We're gonna get a Shadow Sneak here. Poor Lenoa gets one of Lenoa's one biggest weakness is besides Focus Fire, is taking some serious beating from, those priority moves. But in any case, Kyogre is going to go for an Origin Pulse. It's going to miss. And now I'm bringing out my shiny Reshiram. It's time for the Reshiram to hit the field. It's my last card to play. And meanwhile, Damon's gonna go for... well, he's gonna go for a Z move with his Mimikyu. So I'm like, oh, come on, this is not fair for me. And of course he goes for Reshiram. The moment the Reshiram hits the field, everyone targets me. Owie! That hurts. But you know what? I answer back with my own Z move. And go for another devastating Drake this time. Here we go. Go for a Z move, and I believe I go into the Kyogre, yeah, because there's only one viable target for a Z Dragon move. And that is the Kyogre, because Mimikyu is Fairy type, so it's immune, so here we go, Giant Explosion, and Kyogre survives on, like, little health. But my partner finishes off the Kyogre with a Zen Headbutt from our lovely Furfur friend. So that was very good. That was a pretty good set of moves. Now out comes Dialga. So Dialga's on the field right now. And I believe Dialga is the last Pokemon for that side of the battlefield, with Mimikyu's trainer having 2. So I'm going to go for a Blue Flare into Dialga, see if I can do some real damage. I get the burn off, get a lot of damage, and Furfur just copycats my Mimic. Or not my Blue Flare attack. So I'm like, oh, come on, we had a chance to finish that off. But, no, we didn't finish off the Dialga. I was really, really hoping my partner could finish off Dialga, because I'm going for the roost here, trying to get some health back. Oh my goodness, I'm trying to keep my Reshiram as healthy as possible. It's my last Pokemon, and I know this is going to take a long time. Furfur's going to go for a Blue Flare into Mimikyu. It's going to bust to the skies, but I don't think it gets the burn off. No, I don't think the burn gets off. Meanwhile, Dialga's going to go for an Earth Power into my Reshiram. Oh boy, that's not good. That's going to be a very bad, very unhappy Reshiram there. So already, this ain't looking too good for me. This is not looking too good for me. So Mimikyu's gonna go for a Play Rough into Furfur. The attack's gonna go down. I'm going for another Roost. I'm thinking, come on, please finish off the Dialga. My Reshiram can't take this much longer. And unfortunately, my partner decides to go for a Zen Headbutt into the Mimikyu. So that's the end of that. All I needed was one attack into the Dialga, and we could have brought down the Dialga with one shot. But, alas, that did not happen this turn either. So, Mimikyu is going to go for a Shadow Claw into my Reshiram. My Reshiram barely survives. I'm thinking, okay, I need to finish off this Mimikyu right now. So, I go for another Blue Flare. It hits, connects with the Mimikyu. Mimikyu goes down. Furfur goes for a Blue Flare of its own. Down goes the Dialga. Oh my goodness, that's the end of, well, not the end of that, but one partner's team. So now we've only got Tainted Lady to deal with. So I'm thinking, okay, this is not going to be easy, because I've faced Damon's Tainted Lady before. It's very tanky, and it goes for stalling tactics using Scald and Toxic. My partner's going to go for a Zen Headbutt into the Tainted Lady. That's pretty much the most effective move we've got outside of my attacks. But Tainted Lady is going to go for a Scald, or not a Scald, but going to go for a Toxic. So I'm thinking, okay, what can I do here? What's the Tainted Lady going to do? It's very strong. It's probably strong enough to resist my attacks. So I'm going to go for an Ancient Power into the Tainted Lady. I'm thinking, okay, let's go for the Ancient Power, see if I can get some lucky stab boost. Furfur's going to go for an Echoed Voice into the Tainted Lady. And Tainted Lady is going to go Toxic me. So that's going to be Toxicking my Reshiram. Already, this is not looking too good for me. But Tainted Lady is going to get some health back, and we're going to have a round of Toxic. I'm going to take some Toxic damage. I believe I'm on my first turn of Toxic damage. My partner is now on turn 2 of Toxic damage, so his Furfur is going to go down in one last turn, and the Baneful Bunker comes out. Baneful Bunker. Tainted Lady is protected. So my Reshiram's gonna try to get some ancient power damage. Furfurl's gonna go for another Echoed Voice, trying to do some damage, but the Tainted Lady is not going down. Oh boy. So my Reshiram takes turn 2 of toxic damage. I believe turn 4 is when it starts to really get out of control. But now Furfur partner is down. It's down to my Reshiram. I'm trying to figure out how I can beat this thing. So I go for another ancient power, thinking, okay, maybe I can just get one stab off. One round of stab damage. Not one round of stab, I mean one round of stats increasing. If I can get those stats from ancient power, I can easily take down the Tainted Lady with Draco Meteor. But I don't get the stats, so my Reshiram is now on its last legs. I'm going to go for the Roost here. Turn 4 is where I'm starting to get in real trouble with the Toxic. So Reshiram's going to take some damage, gonna get some health back. Tainted Lady's going to go for a Scald. And now here comes the health regenerating from Tainted Lady. Gonna go with some more health, and here comes turn 4 of toxic damage. So 40 health now being decreased for me. I'm starting to run out of health. I'm like, okay, time for one last card. I'm pulling out the stops. It's the Draco Meteor into Tainted Lady. I'm praying for damage. I get so much, but not enough to knock out the Tainted Lady. And Tainted Lady's just gonna scald me to defeat. So close. So very close. But so very far away. Well done to TY and Damon. They really pushed us to our limits. But we're gonna move on to, I think, well, let's do me versus Chasz this time. So I'm gonna start off this battle with Chasz. This is our next round of battles. So I believe this one was pretty close as well. Yeah, I believe this one was also very close, but it too was very, very, very difficult. So we're gonna start this battle off with an Intimidate from our Gyarados friend. This is gonna intimidate poor Elizabeth. Elizabeth does not like being intimidated, and Gyarados is gonna Mega Evolve. So there's the Mega Evolving of the Gyarados. I believe Yara here tries something. I believe I had Yara try, maybe either setting up Reflect or Swagger. Yeah, I go for the Reflect here, setting up my defenses, seeing what I can do. So Elizabeth's gonna go for a U-turn into the Gyarados. Gonna do a fair amount of damage, not a whole lot, but it's a fair amount for a special attack, or a super effective attack. Meanwhile, the Braviary is gonna go for a Brave Bird into Kaylani, so that's really not what I wanted. That was a whole lot of damage done by the Braviary. The Braviary, or not the Braviary, Staraptor. What am I thinking Braviary for? Oh my goodness. But Yara's gonna take a crunch to the face. Chow on that Citrus Berry. I believe that Reflect is the only thing that kept Yara alive in this round. Gonna get some health back, but it's not gonna be enough for another crunch. I'm gonna switch Kaylani out, go for another. Gonna bring in Elizabeth. I try to Swagger the Gyarados, thinking maybe I could have it damage itself, but the Staraptor, or it doesn't affect Gyarados. Staraptor goes for a Brave Bird, takes Elizabeth down to a lot less health than she has or had before, and Yara's gonna take a crunch to the face as well, and that's the end of Yara. So now I'm thinking, okay, time for Amy to come out, and I'm gonna go for an ally switch here, expecting serious damage to come in from the Staraptor. I'm gonna go for another U-turn into the Gyarados, thinking maybe that would knock it out. Not enough to knock it out, sadly, so that's the end of that. And I bring in Lenoa now. So Staraptor is going to go for a U-turn into Amy, but I believe that U-turn was meant for Elizabeth, meant to knock her out. But Elizabeth gets out safely. Amy takes the fall. Yeah, I believe Amy does take the fall here, and Gyarados goes for a Hydro Pump again. Oh no, that Hydro Pump was originally meant for Amy, but Lenoa takes it instead. So, gonna take some health back. I'm thinking, okay, what can I do here? So I'm gonna go for a lunge, take out the Gyarados. This isn't looking really good for me. The frame rate's not looking good either. But Gyarados goes down. Lenoa gets a nice attack boost from that. I'm gonna go for a Psychic, thinking maybe he would expect the ally switch and get a special defense drop, but no, he was not fooled by my ally switch shenanigans and goes for Lenoa, probably predicting I wouldn't go for ally switch maybe. Either way, I lose Lenoa this turn, so all my efforts to keep Lenoa up and, you know, get the stat increase were wasted efforts. But Amy's gonna get some health back, and Keilani's gonna now hit the field. So I'm thinking, okay, what can I do now? The Swalot comes out. I'm down 2 Pokemon to their 1. I'm gonna go for a Psychic attack into the Swalot. I'm thinking, okay, maybe I can move faster with Keilani. Keilani doesn't actually move faster before Amy gets knocked out. Keilani goes for a Sparkling Aria, manages to actually outspeed the Swalot, does a fair amount of damage to both Pokemon, knocks out the Marowak, almost brings down the Swalot, but not enough to bring it down. So that's gonna be the end of my water starter. My poor Keilani goes down to a Sludge Bomb. So my Reflect barrier is now worn out. Now it's down to my last 2 Pokemon. I believe Reshiram is my last one, as well as Elizabeth, who is on her last limbs. Yeah, she's barely surviving. She's at 20 HP. It's 2 Pokemon to 4 now. So I'm thinking, okay, I gotta do something here. So I have Elizabeth go for a Drop Kick into the Swalot. It's not very effective, but it does get the job done. My Reshiram goes for a Dragon Pulse into the Guzzlord. I'm hoping it's enough, and it is indeed enough to bring down the Guzzlord. So I'm like, alright, we're now back in this game, we're back in this fight. Out comes Blaziken. I'm like, oh crap, this is bad. And of course, Staraptor. So now it's the showdown between our last 2 Pokemon. It's going to come down to our last 2 Pokemon. So I go for a Drop into the Staraptor. Once again, not very effective, but it gets the job done. Staraptor goes down. And now Blaziken goes for the Rock Slide. This is the moment of truth. I'm not faster than this Blaziken. It brings down poor Elizabeth. Elizabeth goes down. It's now me up to break through the flinch. I break through the flinch, get the Earth Power off. And the Blaziken is not holding a Focus Sash, so Blaziken goes down, come from behind victory. Oh my goodness, that was a tough fight, let me tell you, that was very tough on stream. But in any case, those are the battles I brought to you today. I believe there was one more battle I could show off, but unfortunately there's not enough time in Tactician Monday matches to show off all the battles. But those are the 2 really close battles that one I almost win with my partner, and the second one I do win, but only by the narrowest of margins. If my Reshiram didn't break through that flinch, I would have definitely lost that last battle there. But I hope you guys enjoyed Tactician's Monday matches, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye!
Reach the point where you can't go on, just come to me, you'll be safe from harm. If you trust in me, then I'll trust in you. There's nothing more that I need to do. If you put your hands in front of mine,